Namaste. I am Vaikali Vidyaram Shakapuri from GFGC Madhya. Now I am going to explain the session number 3. In this, topic for this session is GUI basics in Java. GUI basics in Java. Here, introduction to graphic. What is the long form of the GUI? GUI is nothing but what graphical user interface using AWT and Swing events. What is What is GUI? GUI stands for Graphical User Interface, which allows user to interact with programs using graphics. Java provides AWT and Swing libraries to build the GUIs. GUI includes components like button, label, text fields. Here again, what is the GUI? GUI stands for the graphical user interface, allow user to interact with program using visual elements like button, window, menus, etc. instead of command line input. Java provides two main libraries for GUI. First one is AWT, Abstract Window Toolkit. Older and heavyweight, uses the OS components. Swing, second one is the Swing. Swing is the newer one and it is a lightweight, pure Java implementation. We usually use the Swing for modern Java GUIs. Earlier, we were using the AWT. For that, we need the applet. For that, we need to create the different HTML file and we have to store in that program. Java GUI libraries. First one is the AWT, Abstract Window Toolkit. Basic GUI library. This is the basic GUI library and heavyweight component. Swing is built on AWT, lightweight component, more powerful and flexible. Common GUI components. Components are like button, label, text field, text area, and checkboxes. Button nothing but represent the push button. Labels are display the short string or images. Text fields, it allows input of single line of text. Text area allows input of multi-line of text. Checkboxes, it allows create a checkboxes for options. Basic GUI program structure. First, we have to import the X, javax.swing.start and Java AWT start. Create the class extending JFrame. Set layout and add a component. Set size, visibility and default close operation. Here JFrame. JFrame, I'm going to explain about the JFrame component. Here JFrame is the main window where the components like button, text fields and panels are added. It provides the window title bar, close, minimize, maximize buttons, etc. by default. Basic example. Here I have given the simple JFrame program. What I have done is imported Java X Swing file. Again, we have to import the Java AWT event. Public class myFrame extends JFrame. Here myFrame. Next, I have created one constructor called myFrame. Here J button, for adding the button we have to create the object for J button. J button class, J button B is equal to new J button click. Click is the name of that particular button. Now I want to add that button to the frame, that's why I have written here add B. Next I will going to set the size. I will going to set the size of that button is 300 and 200. Layout, I am not going to set any layout, so that I have kept here null. Set visible true. For what this function does is, whatever component like button I am adding here, that should be visible on that particular frame. Here in this main function I am calling just that constructor to display that frame. Here is the another program. Here without extending JFrame, I have created one another program. Here what I have done is I just created one frame called as my first frame. Next I have set the size 400 and 300. Next frame set default close operation, JFrame exit on close. Okay, this set default close operation. What the function of this method is? When I click on the close button, it should going to close that frame. Okay, frame dot set visible true. That frame should be visible over here. Okay, here is the output. I have created here my frame. My frame named frame. Here by default they have given the minimize. Here minimize button. Here minimize zoom in zoom out button is there. Here close option is there. I have used the set default close operation. When I click on this close window is will going to close over here. Here next component is JPanel. It is a container used to organize component. You can think of it like a section inside the frame to group elements, useful for layout management. Here for JPanel, to manage the layouts, we need the panel. Here I'm going to create the one frame. Here JPanel is there. Okay, JPanel. For that I have created panel object for that particular class. Here I have added two buttons called as click me and exit. Here panel dot add button. In that particular panel I have to add button 1 and button 2. Here in that particular frame I have to add the panel to show that particular area. Here set default close operation for closing that created frame, and it is set visible true to make show all the components whatever I have added in the frame, and frame should be visible to the user. This is the output. What the output here is the panel example. Here I have created one panel, like it is the frame, and in the inside that I have created the panel, and in that panel I have added click me button and exit button. Next, there are n number of components are there. For that, I have given two examples program for JFrame and JPanel. JFrame is the main application window. JPanel is the subcontainer to organize the component. J button is to push button. J label is the display text on image. J text field is nothing but single line text input. Set layout. This function need for the set the layout manager, that is flow, border and grid. Set visible to make the window visible. To make the window visible, we have to use the function called as set visible. Set default close operation. Here define the close behavior. Exit. When I click on close button, that window should get closed. Okay. Summary of this particular session is Java support the GUI development using AWT and Swing. Common components include J button, J label, J text field, etc. Swing is preferred for modern Java GUI application. JFrame is the main window container for GUI. Thank you. Yes,